Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Simply Spooky. Although I don't think there's any, I can't see if there's anybody in the chat. I'm going to say it Viv again. I can't get the names up. Is there anybody in the chat, please?
I don't see anybody.
Nobody in the chat. All right, we'll start
There's
anyway.
one person watching.
Is there? Excellent. Well, good evening to that one person. Hopefully, a few more join as we go on. I'm sure you will. Just want to say good evening here from Simply Spooky. And this evening, before we start, I'm going to make a couple of announcements. A couple of sad ones as well. Just want to say rest in peace to Jeff Capes, who, as we all grew up with, I'm sure you'll all remember him as we all grew up here in the UK. He was the world's strongest man at one point. He was also a police officer. And he was an all-round good egg, from what I can remember. So, yeah, rest in peace to him. It's so sad that he's passed away. And to Paul Di'Anno as well, who was he was a musician in Iron Maiden. He passed away yesterday, I believe, in his 60s. So that's very, very sad. Hi, Rita. Glad that you're here. And I'd also like to put a shout out for Jo Brown, the paranormal investigator. We all know her. I'm sure quite a few of you know her. She's not very well at the moment. So our thoughts and prayers and love are with her. And we hope that you get well very, very soon, Jo. We're thinking of you. So this evening, from away from the States, we've always got Eric. No, Eric.
You've got Nettie.
What about Nettie? Come on, you interject with Nettie.
I want to send Nettie some healing because she hasn't been very well.
Oh, for Nettie, send you healing and love, Nettie. Big hugs from me personally. I hope you're doing well. If you're not feeling that well, I hope you get better very, very soon and start to feel on the up. Put a big smile on your face. So, so that's that really. I think, is there anything else we need to think about, Viv, this evening?
No, just our lovely two guests sitting down there.
Lovely two guests. We've got June and we've got Ross all over the United States. You guys, hi, Mr. Plush. You guys know these two. These two. Well, Ross was it. Well, actually, I'm gonna hand it over to Ross because I'm gonna ask Ross to give you a summary of who he is and what they do, and also June, if you would please.
Sure.
Ladies first.
No, who are you talking to?
Probably me.
He refers to me as a lady. Hi, everyone. I'm June. I am Vice President and Client Coordinator of the Advanced Ghost Hunters of Seattle, Tacoma. I kind of help out at Spooked in Seattle and public ghost hunts in Seattle, Washington. I am... I also love to travel. Ross and I travel all over the world and have a lot of fun. And I don't know, what else can I say? I used to sing professional opera. Now I just deal with ghosts.
That's impressive. That's an impressive CV. I wish mine was like that. Hi, William. I hope you're doing well.
Hey, William. And I love opera.
Oh.
Hi, Jason. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yeah, and we have a great story when it comes to opera on our travels too. So,
go on then. Can you divulge it?
So, I'm Ross Allison, president and founder of Ghost, the Advanced Ghost Hunters of Seattle, Tacoma. I've been in the field for over 30 years. I started the oldest ghost hunting group in the Pacific Northwest. Written about 12 books. You can find them on Amazon. I've also am the host of Parasense, the Naked Experiments. I am actually the first in history to try and prove touch when people claim that they've been touched by a ghost in various different ways. So I teamed up with scientists and we actually try to validate these encounters. So we produced an award-winning documentary, which is out there. You guys can check that out as well. I'm also co-owner of Spooked in Seattle Tours in Seattle, and I travel and lecture all over the world.
Hi, Daryl. Excellent. Ross, I've got a quick question for you because it's been in my mind for quite some time. Now, I know that there's been things you've been moving and bits and bobs going on in the background, stuff like that. You've been a busy individual. Please tell me you've still got your museum.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just gotten so competitive and dealing with a lot of these pop-up ghost tours that just show up on Groupons and stuff like that. And they're not really valid businesses. And so, unfortunately, they can sell tickets at half the price. And it just unfortunately affected our income for when it came to trying to maintain a museum.
No, that's terrible, terrible news. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to hear that because it looked to be quite an amazing place that you had there. And
It was great. I loved it. We were the first death museum in the Northwest.
I know, it was amazing. And you had lots and lots of artifacts there that were just sort of second to none.
I still have them. I didn't get rid of anything. It's all in storage right now. So keep our fingers crossed. Something, will.
That would be great.
Pop up.
That would be great.
Trying to do a Seattle Death Museum too at some of the conferences and places like that. So I this last weekend I was at the Centralia Ghost Conference and I brought some of our haunted objects there, and that was a very big hit. One with
sorry, June. Sorry.
That's okay. I was just going to say with Mr. Creepy, who is a ventriloquist dummy that Ross had gotten, and he was made in the image of the ventriloquist, and he used his own hair.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a historical artifact apart from anything else, though.
That was freaky.
So how old is that one? How old is that dummy?
From
it was made in the early 60s.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's got an age to him then.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So we have to be really careful.
And you were saying, June, that you have great reception with those articles.
Reception? You mean
like from the public? They love it, or?
I thought you meant I was picking up the sense.
No, sorry. Yeah, no, yes.
She does sleep with Mr. Creepy on a daily basis, just so you know.
All the haunted objects in my closet right now. So let's just say, so far so good. I haven't woken up, with something standing over my bed yet, or Mr. Creepy with a little knife.
I was going to ask you, do you have any activity from those artifacts at all?
Well, when Mr. Creepy first started staying with me, it was especially during the pandemic, we had some weird things happen, especially when I was on some of the shows. It's like the lights would go out and you hear little noises and I didn't hear little footsteps, sorry to say.
That would have been proper creepy, wouldn't it? That would have been terrifying.
Yes, but yeah, there was some strange things. It's been kind of quiet, but yeah, it's been interesting.
That sounds very.
I want to ask Ross, have you got any haunted Legos yet?
No haunted Legos, but I have built haunted houses out of Legos.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Your own design or an actual Lego set?
Yeah.
He's designed quite his collection.
I got a whole city. I got a Lego room now in my new place.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the word out. If anyone's got any Lego that is haunted, send it to Ross.
Oh, I'd love it.
Even if it's not, he'll have it. He loves Lego.
Well, Ross, did you manage to visit the big Lego store in central London when you was over with June last year?
We attempted to. We got there and found out it had just closed.
Yeah.
So I just missed it by a half hour.
He was throwing himself against the door, wailing.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a good point. You guys came on you did a little bit of a tour, didn't you, of the UK last year? How did it go, and what did you get up to? Now, I'm sure there's got to be plenty of paranormal places that you invested or even visited to have a look at. How did it go overall, pair of you?
Oh, it was an amazing trip.
Oh, yeah.
I wish you guys could have joined us.
I know.
Next time, when you come over next time, we've got some plans for you.
Yeah, we have. We definitely have. You and June, definitely.
Awesome.
Definitely got some plans.
No, if you guys want us to talk about it, we can tell you about the.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that's please.
Yes, please.
Okay, so it was a sudden trip because dear friends of ours were actually planning to go anyways, and so they wanted us to join them. So as a birthday present for me, they purchased my ticket.
That's a lovely present.
And so these are good friends of ours that we have traveled with quite a few times. We've been to we've been to, where else have we been? I can't even think.
Scotland.
And,
yeah, they went to Scotland. We didn't go to Scotland with them. We went to Ireland with them.
Nice.
We went to Italy with them.
Very nice.
Nice.
And Ryan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So we've traveled, and even throughout the States, we've traveled a lot with them as well. So they decided to have us join them on their trip, and so I helped planned it out for them. And we flew into Manchester, which I didn't realize actually is cheaper than flying into London sometimes.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah,
so we decided to start our trip from Manchester. So we drove into we flew into Manchester and rented a car. And our first stop was somewhere that June wanted to go. What was it?
oh my God. We probably need to look this up. Do you have?
I don't have access to our itinerary,
I was going to say, do you
but
have your pictures?
no,
Because I'm using my phone to. Let me see.
that's all right. But it
Um,
was. I know we really wanted to
Can you
go into the
imagine,
park.
Jason?
It was a park.
it's the same name as the Boggarts in Harry Potter. Sorry, Boggart Hole, Bogart Hole, Boggart Hole. It
Yeah,
was
Poggart Hole. I don't know where that is. Is that in
It's
England or
great. It's
Scotland?
just like
England, rather.
it's like 45 minutes out of Manchester. They film a lot. I guess June wanted to see because they film a lot of shows out there.
Oh, okay.
But there's like supposedly lots of ghost stories. It's a huge, giant park.
we didn't realize it was that big, but the gate was
Yeah.
pretty. Got pictures of the gate. That was pretty awesome.
Well, we didn't go into it too because just the day before they found body parts. Was the local news
This might not be
in the
safe.
park?
Wow,
Oh,
really?
Yes.
That was
That was the local news right when we got there. So they had just said that there were body parts found in the
Hi,
park.
Rob.
So
Oh, Rob.
we didn't actually get to explore the park. But that was our first stop. And we were heading over to, where were we heading to, June?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look my pictures up because I'm old now and my
You're not old, June.
You're not old.
only go too far here. But of course, I post like thousands of pictures. So hold on a second.
You know, when I'm looking at June, it looks like she's got flames coming out the top of her head.
Yeah. It's a pink.
It's
Oh, the picture.
a picture that I behind me.
Looks good. It looks
Our
good.
main goal, the nice thing about it, as she's trying to bring up our pictures and our itinerary, was we had the freedom to just kind of drive around and see all the different, towns and villages.
But you actually had a structured itinerary that you adhered to.
We did.
That's,
did.
See, I don't do that. That's why I'm missing half the
Yeah,
stuff.
I can't do that. I'm not going to do
Yeah.
that. I'm over there next year.
Same as me, Eric.
It's great sometimes, but sometimes, you get to some of these amazing places and you just want to stay longer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know in some of our other trips when we've done Ireland, we did the same thing in Ireland, rented a car and just kind of drove around, hitting all these amazing places. And, you get to some of these castles and it's just like, you just don't want to leave,
Yep.
especially when you have the opportunity to spend the night in some of these places.
Oh, especially
Yeah.
to this one area that we just were so mad that we had to leave so early. It was like, oh no. But
it's always a good excuse to return, though.
exactly.
You know?
Oh,
that's
that
the thing
definitely happened on this trip. We found a hidden gem that we didn't know was a cemetery.
Oh wow.
And it was one of those cemeteries that it was massive. And I'm sure June will bring up the name once we start to bring up our itinerary. But it was a massive cemetery that just was overrun by overgrowth. And
Really?
it was like going through the woods. Literally, you're going through a forest.
Oh
Is
wow.
it very
Trees
gothic?
have overtaken everything, and it was just amazing. These big, beautiful monuments just covered in trees and overgrowth. It was oh my god! And we were rushed. It was something we found by mistake, and we didn't want to leave.
And we got lost too first. We couldn't find each other. So I don't know what we would have done if because
We didn't see each other. Yeah, that's true.
I think you're right. I think the thing about places like that is there's some form of beauty in the decay of it, isn't there?
It is like Highgate. Highgate was something that we got to do.
Did you get to do it?
The lovely thing about Highgate is they've now opened up the other side to where you don't have to take the tour.
Cool.
Yeah,
You can
that's
just
right.
go and take your time and visit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you still have to pay to go in, but you've got all day. It's got a few famous graves in there, not too many, but the best of the best is the other side where you have to do the
George
tour.
Michael's over there, which we
Yep.
got
Yeah.
to see his grave. Yeah.
Did you say the part that you did the tour? You don't have to do the tour there anymore.
Nope, you
No,
don't.
no.
So George
is it?
Michael,
It's
I'd say George
east or
Michael's
west?
great
What is
without
it?
any. That'd be cool.
But
Lots of
anyways,
George
used to
Michael.
always the past few times I had been there, I used to always have to take the tour to go see the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those, people that hangs out towards the very end of the back of the tour, so I can take pictures, especially with a lot of people not in them.
Yeah.
And last time me and June did that tour, we were getting in trouble with the tour guide. She's like, hurry up, keep up.
I think the best place to be on a tour is at the back because
Yeah.
you get that extra time to yourself, don't you? And it's
Right.
nicer.
But they since COVID, they had actually opened it up, and now you can just walk through, and it's just amazing. Just be able to see parts that you didn't get to see on the tours.
That is pretty cool.
Such
That
an
is pretty
amazing
cool.
experience. So if you guys haven't done it, definitely check it out.
I've only ever been into the part where Karl Marx is buried, which I think is the part where they don't do it's not the tour, is it?
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
only
the
part
tour
of the
side,
film.
yeah.
It's the only part I've not been into the other part, so I'd look forward to doing
You get
that.
a
Looks
chance
like
to
we're
check it
going,
out.
Dan.
I
Looks
suppose
like we're
if that'd be
going.
us. That's
And I
us
wanna-
Yeah.
then.
Adrian's wall too. So
That'd be cool. Hadrian's Wall. I
Adrian's
saw a
Wall.
bit of that a little while back. That was quite cool.
So the graveyard that you saw. So you said you walked through a wooded part, like a forest, before you got.
Oh
to...
yeah, it was just like Highgate, but less kept up. Even as Highgate still has that overgrowth. There is this, they still have people go through and clean off the tombstones so you can at least read the tombstones and stuff. This place, no, it's just total overgrowth.
yeah.
You would think
I
this
like
place is
that.
abandoned, but it's not. There's a main central part of the cemetery that we had walked into, and we weren't expecting to see, what we found behind it all.
And we started going ways, and all of a sudden we saw this little gate that said "dangerous," enter at your own risk, and it was like, oh, okay.
I'm okay with that challenge.
It's like I've been walking a lot and getting more hopefully in shape and everything, and I thought, oh, this will be a fun challenge. And it was a little rocky going up this hill, but then all of a sudden we saw these beautiful Gothic tombs, and it was really cool with vines growing all over them and these pathways, and some of them completely covered in vines. And
yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. Doesn't it? Sounds nice. Was that up north? Was it? Was that up in Yorkshire? Up in Manchester?
It was not too far from Manchester. It was where we were supposed to.
No, actually, wasn't it towards the end of the tour? It was before we got into Wales.
It was where we were supposed to meet Viv and Dan. That same.
About? I can't remember the name of it.
No,
Derbyshire, isn't it?
No, because we were in that hotel that was right next to it.
Okay.
When we were supposed to meet Viv and Dan, we were actually staying at the haunted hotel in that area where the
so you were up
jail is.
Up Derbyshire way, sort of up that way somewhere.
Yeah.
I wish I would have taken more pictures.
Chester, maybe. I don't know.
Leicester or.
It sounds very cool, though.
I got June looking up the agenda.
Oh, the agenda. Looking at pictures. Let's see. Do I have
the pictures?
Oh, we probably do. The agenda is probably on our chat from the very beginning.
Manchester authors say we're mad for it.
They do, the Mancunians.
No, because this is after we were supposed to meet you guys, because we were trying to get into the jail. Yeah. So we were staying in Derby because we stayed we stayed at the haunted hotel in Derby.
Woohoo.
So we stayed there, and then there's just so much we did. I apologize.
No, you did a lot.
No, don't worry. It's fine.
What's the little town that was supposed to be based on the little Harry Potter?
York.
Was it? Oh, it was in York. The little yes, it was in York.
The Shambles.
It was
the Shambles. Yeah, we did the Shambles.
In York.
We did the
That-
Shambles.
They've got the ghost store there, haven't they? Ghost shop.
Yes.
Yes, we got to do the ghost shop. We didn't realize that was such a big thing.
Oh, it's massive
You guys.
too, though.
Yes, we
And
had.
like, and it was funny. We were in the Shambles, and we saw this line forming in front of the shop. And so we thought, oh, it's a cute little shop, and they had little ghosts in the windows. And we thought, oh, we'll definitely check that out. So we went to step into the line. You know, it wasn't that big. It was a short little line.
That's good.
And the guy comes up to us and says, "Are you waiting to get into the shop?" And we said, "Yeah." He says, "Oh, the line starts over there." And it was all the way, all around the corner. It was like a 2-hour line
Yeah.
into the shop.
Snakes all the way around, doesn't it?
And we're like, what? What is so crazy about the shop that people are willing to wait 2 hours to
Yeah.
get in? So they did bring up the fact that they have another shop that's like a 5-minute walk, and it's a lot shorter to get in.
Oh, I didn't know
When
that.
we got there, it was only like a half-hour wait.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So
that.
we did do that. That was, and we did get, I got a couple ghosts. I know June got a couple ghosts. So it was just interesting. Such a huge fad this was to get one of these little ghosts.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah,
no.
it's the perfect place to have that shop, really, because it's reportedly the most haunted place in the UK. I would argue that, but that's what it's renowned as. I would argue that
The most tiny ghosts.
the tiny, the small ones as well. Yeah. Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
No, it was great. I wish we could have saw the main shop, but it was like a 2-hour wait just to get into that one. So we just decided to check out the other one, which is, it was still a cute little shop.
It was.
We still got to get our little souvenir ghosts, but it was such a shock to us that, you know, this was such a huge demand.
I've been in there, but then I've subsequently been there after as well, and looked at the queue and thought, you know what, nothing's as exciting as waiting 2 hours for it. I'm not going to bother. There's very few things in this world that are worth queuing 2 hours for.
And it's supposed to be a tiny little shop too.
It's like a cupboard.
They only let like people in at a time or something, or 10 people in at a time.
That's it. It's awful. It's terrible. And of course, you know what? Halfway through waiting, you're going to want the toilet, and then you daren't because you don't want to lose your place. It's terrible. Terrible.
But one thing really cool is we went out like about 4 o'clock in the morning to the Shambles to take pictures because there was nobody there, and it was really cool.
Oh,
we took a lot of really
got some amazing shots.
Best time. It's a beautiful place.
And if you catch it just right and you get the mist in the background of that, it just sets the scene for something a bit sinister, doesn't it? You know, the Shambles is an amazing place.
Sadly, we did not.
We didn't get any mist.
Darn it.
Need a fog machine.
Yes, we should have. When we go to.
You could
I bet you guys were absolutely shattered when you got back home, weren't you?
I
bet you guys were shattered when you got back home.
Oh yeah.
You must have been so tired.
Well, I thought you meant shattered to where we were devastated. We had to leave.
Oh, sorry. I meant like knackered. Yeah, tired.
Tired, yeah.
Exhausted and sad that we had to leave. Every time we have to leave the UK, we just
It's good because
never enough time.
I'm sure I'm not going to want to leave the first year I'm there either.
Well, I'm not letting you leave.
I don't know. Vivian said we can move in with her. Stay a couple months.
June, come over. You can stay with me. Just come over without Ross. Just come and spend 2 weeks with me. We'll be all right.
What?
Shopping. 2 weeks worth of shopping.
Once. So
that's fine. 24 hours
Chilling.
with you and you'll be done with her. You'll be like,
spa breaks, massages.
You'll be putting the pineapple outside her door.
What's that? Pineapple outside the door. What's that mean?
That's a tradition that whenever you have guests over and you feel that their stay has been too long, they put a pineapple outside in your room or outside your door as a gentle clue that you need to leave.
Try that one with Dan when he stays over.
That's why there's always a pineapple outside your house before I even get there.
Dan, do you know Dan has his own bedroom in
a haunted
my house.
bedroom? I have the haunted bedroom, and it's very comfortable.
And
in fact, that bed in there is so comfortable, and I kid you not, probably the most comfortable bed I've ever slept on.
Oh wow!
That could be ghosts doing handstands and all sorts of things in that room when I'm asleep. It wouldn't wake me up.
He literally has fisticuffs with Jay because they fight over the bedroom when they come over. It's so funny to watch them.
Jay's not going anywhere near the bedroom.
I should forewarn you guys, though, as much as that tradition with pineapples used to be to let people know that they needed to leave, it's now a symbol for the swinging community. So if you want to let people know that you're swingers, you would have a pineapple in some way, maybe on your clothing.
Either or.
So you might have couples knocking on your door. You know?
I've learned not to let my hanky hang outside my back pocket. I know about that, the handkerchief code thing. And I found out the hard way because I had a white hanky and it was just poking out. It was literally falling out of my pocket. And one of my friends said to me, Vivian, he said discreetly, put that hanky away. I went, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah. Then I shoved it down my back pocket and he said, it means certain things and you can't let people see it, especially around here. And I was in central London at the time in a club. And then I went and found out what the handkerchief code was. All I can say is Google it for yourself. You will be shocked.
Didn't it used to be different colours used to signify different things as well?
Yes.
But I think that was years ago, wasn't it, when people weren't as enlightened about things?
Oh.
I don't know if this is still the same thing.
Googling it. Look, what is the handkerchief code?
Oh my.
Ross, you don't want to know. Honestly, it's bad.
I don't know, and I don't even know what white would mean. Surrender? I surrender myself? I don't know.
Just don't wave it around.
The handkerchiefs.
I think it's an old thing now, isn't it? I think it was from years and years and years ago when people used to have to be quiet about certain things.
Yeah.
For reasons.
So, June, did you find the agenda yet?
Still going through it.
Oh my gosh.
Our
it's storage.
long.
So, Ross, out of your trip last time, what was the most your favourite place you visited? You saw a lot. What was, you have to pick one. What was the best place you visited and why was it your favourite? And
you, June?
When I was with you guys?
No, this last visit.
Oh, this last visit? Oh, gosh. It's a tough one because we've visited so many amazing places, but I do have to say my most favorite was probably the castle that we stayed in that used to belong to the famous opera singer.
It was in Wales.
Oh,
in Wales.
The woman.
Oh,
yes.
Even
though June is an opera singer, she didn't even know who this woman was, and she was very big in England. And she even made tours to America.
She was Queen Victoria's favorite opera singer. That was a little before my time, Ross.
You should still know your history.
A little before my time.
Dan's looking it up now.
I am, because I know the woman, but I can't think of her name.
Oh,
amazing voice.
It'll come to me in probably just at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a great castle.
Was it Adelina Patti?
Yes, that's it.
Adelina Patti. Yeah, for Spanish lady.
What was the name of the castle?
Craginos.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah. Craginos.
And yes, we stayed there for a night, and apparently it's got some ghost stories there.
Investigated. It was fun.
So unfortunately, it's a very popular place, especially for weddings and stuff like that. So we didn't have full reign of the place, but it's a beautiful setting, beautiful castle. June actually got to sing in the theater where where she used to perform.
I was going to say she had a theater built, didn't she, in the grounds or something? Didn't she? Yeah.
Had her own little theater.
Theater was incredible. She had a chariot scene with her driving the horses in a chariot in a Grecian gown,
Wow.
On the backdrop, and all of her favorite composers were in gold up around the gold filigree all around the stage and the whole little small auditorium. It was just beautiful. Oh my god, it was incredible.
Could you feel her? Could you feel the essence of her in there?
She was definitely around everywhere because there are pictures of her
everywhere.
And she also was in a lot of advertisements for like Pear soap and a whole bunch of other things. So they had articles about her everywhere and pictures of her everywhere and paintings of her everywhere. So yeah, you could definitely feel her.
I mean, these people were the A-listers of their time, weren't they? These were renowned globally, these sort of people.
But interesting because Queen Victoria, I guess, visited the castle and had her own little area, and then she gave private concerts to her, and
wow,
incredible. But yeah, that was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. But I have to say my favorite thing besides that was we went to Whitby Abbey.
Beautiful.
And we went to the cemetery behind, or the graveyard behind the old church, and it was, I mean, just yes, it was really foggy, and the wind was blowing, water down below was crashing, and you could see for miles around. It was just, oh my god, it was just so cool. It was very, very atmospheric.
Yeah.
Then we got to go to the other side to see, the area where Bram Stoker had sat and probably got his ideas for Dracula. And
did you climb the steps up to the graveyard, or did you go down all those steps? There's a lot of steps.
No, we went up the steps. We took the path to get over to the other side. So yeah.
That's
you cheated.
It was amazing. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful though. And
Whitby's lovely.
It is, yeah.
You were there recently, Viv, weren't you? Last year or this year, early this year?
Yeah, I went last year, and I climbed up the steps, but next to it is the what I call the chute, which is quite steep, where the cart used to drag the coffins up the chute. But I climbed the steps. Yeah, I love Whitby.
Yeah,
but I went fossil hunting. I was a fossil hunter that weekend more than anything.
Oh, really?
else.
There's fossils there?
There are a lot of fossils, and after a big storm, the sea seems to throw stuff up on. You can literally pick them up off the beach. Andy was picking up loads of fossils, and I'm looking like, I can't find any. You had a great big bag full. Ammonites. I think I gave some to Dan to take.
Yeah, I've got some. Yeah.
Fox.
Yeah,
to give to Fox. Right. I bet he kept them for himself.
Yeah, Fox.
They were for Fox.
You didn't know that. She would have been down at that beach for hours collecting fossils. She loves fossils.
Yes.
You loved it there.
She's one herself.
It's lovely there.
The only thing that really upset me was on this particular beach where a lot of the fossils are found. It's only a small little area. There was a dead sea lion that was literally there on the beach decaying, and it was a sad thing to see, because it's when we see sea lions, it's like, wow, it's a sea lion. But to see a dead one, it's like, but you just stay clear of that and just look for the fossils.
Yes.
I know. Maybe he'll be a fossil one day himself. You never know.
Never know.
Positive way of thinking about it.
Look in June.
Yeah, I think.
So, Ross, recently I went and had a visit of the Hunterian Museum, but you went to the Hunterian Museum, and a lot of people here don't know what the Hunterian Museum is. Do you want to tell them about your trip to the Hunterian Museum and what you saw?
Oh my God, you're going to have to remind me. I'm like, we did so many museums.
Okay, so it's a medical museum with a lot of
the medical one, yes. With all the the deformed skeletons and oddities and stuff like that. It's amazing, that you would think that things like that are so collectible. You know, most people would be like, "Oh my God, this is disgusting. Let's get rid of it." But people had odd collections, especially a lot of these wealthy people and these doctors. They would collect these specimens, you know, fetuses in a jar, you know, or Siamese twin fetuses and stuff like that as they start to form and they don't detach, and seeing stuff like that. And it's just like, I think, where is the Elephant Man? The Elephant Man I haven't seen yet. Anybody know where the bones of the Elephant Man are? Because they're supposed to be in a museum.
Isn't he at the University College London Museum?
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious about it. That's something that I've always wanted to see.
I found our itinerary.
Oh.
So, yes, the first one was the Boggart Hole Clough. Is it Clough? Clough?
Oh, Clough.
Boggart Hole Clough in Blackley.
Lovely, Noreen.
And then
so that's where the body parts were found.
Yes.
And we didn't get to go exploring.
And then Hereward Castle.
Hereward Castle. I've heard of that.
And was that in Manchester? It must have been. Then we drove to York and we went to the Golden Fleece pub.
Yep.
York.
Yep.
The Old Starry Inn. I think we ate there, or did we? It's the Yorkshire Museum, Mucklegate Bar.
Some of those we didn't have time to see everything, unfortunately. So we had things on the agenda that we didn't get to do because we just got so wrapped up in something else and didn't want to leave. So yeah.
All right. Then of course it was Whitby Abbey, which was just incredible, and St. Mary's Churchyard is what the churchyard was called. And then Derby, the Derby. We got to see some Derby girls.
Oh,
I hear that's.
What was the hotel that we stayed at in Derby? What was the name of the hotel? You know?
It wasn't called the Bell, was it? The Bell Inn?
I don't know. Not on here.
Hotel.
But that was a cute little hotel. The pizza was amazing. We had pizza there.
Yeah, it was.
They had a little pizza restaurant on the property. And it was just a cute little hotel that we didn't get to stay in the haunted room. Somebody already got the haunted room. Because I think there was a wedding party there, wasn't there? And they already got the haunted room.
There was somebody with a van that said ghost investigations or something on it, remember? And we were trying to figure out who it was.
That's right.
Yeah. And we were wondering if they had the room. We were trying to watch out for them, but not look too stalkerish.
There's plenty of ghost bloody vans around Derbyshire, aren't there?
I told June, just run up and down the hall going, ooh, ooh.
Knocking on the wall outside.
Yeah.
Then we drove down. We went to the Abney Park Cemetery Trust. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure where we went.
I'm trying to remember if that's one that we actually missed.
Yeah, I think so. The Queen's House.
Yeah, we didn't go there.
Link Prison. I don't. But then we spent most of the day in Highgate Cemetery.
Yeah,
good choice.
Yeah, I want to go to Highgate.
Because when we were in London, we stayed 2 days in London, or was it 3 days? We stayed at a B&B in London. I know that.
Wow.
And it was a cute little place, great place, but it was outside of London, so we definitely had to take the subway into the city.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, we did what else? One of the things I'm sad that I missed, and it's always been on my bucket list, is that gentleman who had ties to the university and had himself stuffed.
Oh yes, Jonathan. Not Pop. Oh God.
And they bring him out every so often.
Yeah.
And he would be brought out for special meetings and special events and stuff. So now he's on permanent display. You'd only be able to see him whenever there were special events going on.
Yes.
But now they have put him on permanent display, even though his head is not the original head. I guess the head had decayed
Must
quite
have
a
decayed,
bit.
mustn't it?
There was a story that students had stolen his head.
Really?
That's about right.
Yeah, they stole his head. So now his head is in a special containment that helps preserve it. But there's a full wax head on him now, and you can actually still see him on display in a glass case now.
Sorry.
He's kept in a cabinet.
Really?
So I always wanted to see that. I've heard so many stories about it, and I've always wanted to see it, and that's one thing that I missed. So next time I come out, we have to go see that.
Yes, I think they used to keep you on us under before, because you used to come out for special points of the year, for dinners and stuff.
Yeah,
they used to wheel him out, and then they used to
like
keep him under the stairs, if I remember rightly, in a cabinet.
There was a cabinet, under the stairs. So so now he's in a glass case, so you can on permanent display.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Sounds like Oliver Cromwell's head down in the college that they take the head out.
That
was tarred. He was had his head chopped up. Well, he was already dead, but they chopped his head, and then they tarred it and put it on the Tower of London on a pole.
Mummified.
Oh wow!
It went missing. It went missing, but it turned up all these years later, and it was for sale. And it ended up at one of the colleges, and they say it's Oliver Cromwell's head. Yeah, but we don't know.
You never know. But we drove by the ancient Ram's Inn.
Yeah, that's when we were trying. I had penciled in to do an overnight investigation there, but unfortunately, I reached out to them every way I could, and no one ever got back to me. So we weren't able to set up an actual investigation there. But everybody else arranged. I got to investigate it many, many years ago, back when still Mr. Humphreys was still alive.
Yeah.
And telling his stories of the succubus and all that. And so I actually got to interview him and meet him, and we actually did an investigation at that place back in the day. And so now he's passed on, and I think his daughter runs it.
Daughter, yeah.
So
she's lovely.
To be able to go
a really
back.
nice lady.
Yeah.
But don't worry, because we'll arrange that for next time you guys come over.
Yeah.
We'll get that sorted. That's not a problem.
No, I'd love it. That's definitely something I would love to go back to, because we did have a very interesting experience at that place.
Yes.
I remember we were up in the attic, and we asked if there was somebody here, can you give us a sign? And sure enough, there was this loud banging on the roof. So we were up in the attic, so it was right on the roof. And we were like, oh my God. So I immediately ran outside just to make sure that no one was, up on the roof.
Yeah.
Nothing. So that was
cool. It is definitely. I'll put money on that being definitely. I would say that's definitely got a lot of paranormal activity going on there. We've had stuff there, haven't we?
We've had terrible stuff.
And I was there once when you heard someone walking around, and there wasn't anybody there when they went to investigate, which was really, really odd. But
we had terrible stuff going on. Seriously.
Yeah.
I've been there when absolutely nothing's happened, and I've been there when, excuse the expression, but all shit has hit the fan when it comes to paranormal activity. And it can be very, very frightening, or it could be like as dull as dishwater. It's, yeah.
No, and is it okay? Because I've heard that it's decaying so quickly now that it may not be standing very long.
She's done a lot to it, to be fair to her.
Yeah.
I mean, when John was there, he was a bit of a hoarder, and he kept tons and tons of stuff that just but she's cleared the whole lot out. So the barn, which used to be dance area, I think many years ago, that was absolutely rammed. You couldn't get in there, and the floor was falling away. But she's poured all the stuff out, and she's had the floor reconcrete and stuff. So that's going now. So she seems to be
I
getting
definitely would love to see it.
Yeah, I think she's earning such good sort of revenue from it that bless her, she's pouring it back into the building.
Yeah, she's looking after it.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, good. I'm glad. I enjoyed that place, and I've always wanted to go back.
Well, historically, it's got ties. I mean, historically, it's got ties to lots of things, but it's got ties between America and Britain, because they say that was one of the points that the Pilgrims left for when they went to the New World. So that was one of the points that they left from, apparently. So there's that, which is an amazing piece of history. So it's connected, which is why I think they used to fly the American flag next to the British flag there, didn't they, years ago, Viv?
Yeah.
Which was a connection between the two. So it's got historically it's tied to both countries, really, which is interesting.
Wow.
Really interesting.
Cool.
No, it's a great place, and I'm glad to hear that it's getting the care that it needs, because I remember when I first went there, the walls of the building are bowing out over the sidewalk, you know?
Yeah. They still do, I think, don't they? They just always have been.
I was like, oh my gosh, how is this place still standing?
Do you know what I often think to myself when I go there? Like, people used to, because John was a very eccentric type of character. Lovely man bowl accounts. Never met him. You did. I didn't. But a very lovely man bowl accounts and very eccentric. And the people in the village were okay with him. They were fine with him. But where he used to make appearances on TV and that, he got ridiculed quite a lot for no reason, really. And the thing is that they were laughing at him. And when they went in there and started investigating it, and all this activity was coming out there, I thought, you're not laughing at him now, are you?
Mm-hmm.
No, I definitely believe that the place is haunted. I know one of the things, and I talked about this in my psychology class when I do my psychology for the ghost hunter, and his case was one of the cases I would talk about, I'd say, because here's a elderly gentleman, you know, when I met him, who basically had millions of stories to tell you about this place, and on the thousands, hundreds of thousands of ghosts he'd probably tell you that haunted it. And when I interviewed him, I discovered that a lot of these weren't his personal experiences. These were stories that just came from people that randomly came to his place that would investigate, or people who claim to be psychic, you know, mediums. And so here's a prime example of where somebody would take these, you know, random stories from random people and make them his own.
Yeah.
You know, and build on this creature of a ghost.
Yeah.
The ghosts that haunt this location, when, you know, a lot of that, probably I'd say 95% of that probably wasn't even true.
Yeah.
You know, there were stories like, you know, some medium came in and said there's a body buried right here, and he's got a hole dug because he's trying to find the body.
They found it.
Did he find a body there?
Yeah, child's body. They believe it was from the times of, going back quite a few years before the pub was there. It was a pagan burial site.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
We did an investigation there, and we went over the grave, and he's got a bit. There was a bit of a cabinet there with the bones in it. Some of the bones.
Oh wow! Well, that's.
And we did an investigation there, and we picked up a child giggling, a girl, and running around us.
Oh wow!
And there was several.
Well, it's nice to be able to validate that.
It was amazing. It was amazing, because I think originally you used to have a bed pushed up against it, and the medium came in and said, "There's a grave beneath the headboard of your, or the head part of your bed," and then he dug it up, and they found.
Yep.
Yeah, they found the bones there.
That's cool.
He had just started digging when I investigated that place. So I was like, after hearing a lot of these, you know, crazy stories, and I'd ask him, where did this come from? And then he'd be honest and say, well, you know, so-and-so came and investigated and said that that's what they experienced. And it's like, okay, you know, me, I try to build more credibility on a lot of this. And again, I was just like, you know, it was a lot of crazy stuff. And I was just like, and this is a problem that we have in the paranormal field, is like, even for clients, when they have all these, you know, various investigators come in and investigate their place, we have no idea of their credibility or not.
And everything is
so.
Everybody's talking about demons. My keys are misplaced.
Yeah.
Yes. And labeling everything demons and stuff like that.
Yeah, that drives me mad.
It starts, you know, to become a very, you know, unfortunate situation where people are running with, unfortunately, stories that are not true.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as I've always said, it just muddies up the water when you have so many people out there making up ghost stories.
You know what? I think you're right. And I think it takes a serious project and makes it a caricature of itself. And there's no need for that. You know, there's plenty of stuff out there. It's I always say to people when they say, what experiences have you had? And I said, well, if I tell you, I will tell you what happened. But this is a secondhand story. You're getting it from somebody. It's subjective, and it's me. It's my own personal experience. It's not really going to mean anything to you, apart from the fact that it's a good story for you. But
well, as I was saying, you know, with his case, it really, you know, opened my eyes as to, you know, when we investigate properties, we really have to go with what we know and not with what we think we know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so you really do have to strip things down to the simplest form.
Yeah.
When
Totally
people
agree.
are telling you tons and tons of claims, maybe 10 to 5% of that might be true. The rest could be just made up stuff, imaginations.
Yeah.
Or just very few that are actually valid possible paranormal encounters. So no, it was just an interesting case. And like I said, I had my own personal experiences to say, yes, there's something there that piqued my interest, my own personal experience at the Ancient Ram's Inn, that I would love to go back and continue an investigation there. I'm sorry I didn't get to go back while John
We'll
was
get you back
still
next
alive.
time you come. Yeah, we'll get you back
Well,
next time you come.
We did the investigation here, didn't we, Viv? And we were doing, it was the Estes, wasn't it, method we were doing?
Yeah.
And we were completely geared up. So we had like noise cancelling headphones on, and we had the blindfolds on. So we were deaf and blind to any kind of outside, anything that was going on outside. And we sat, there were sets of questions that were being asked, or there were questions that were being asked randomly. And we were giving answers.
It's the same box, but had
Not
the
questions.
splitter on it
Yeah.
with the dual. So he had the same headphones, not exactly the same, but we had the same box listening to the same
Absolutely
distortion.
couldn't hear what was going on outside of our own heads, could we really? And the fact that remains that when they were asking sets of questions, obviously we couldn't hear. We were giving answers, but when we took the headphones and the blindfolds off, the investigators that were there said that we were giving answers, but we were conversing to each other.
And having an argument with each other.
Arguing with each other, but as these two characters. And then they turned around.
So were you guys in the same room?
Same room.
Wow.
And then they turned around and said that they wanted Viv and Dan out of there. They didn't want Viv and me in there, which was really weird, wasn't it? And we think we worked out why.
Why? I think we know the reason why.
We know the reason why.
Because I did some mediumship before privately with Dan. And then me and Dan had a conversation about one of his ancestors that lived in the nearby town. We hit the nail on the head. We know what the haunting is. Well, we believe we know what the haunting is and why it's happening. And because me and Dan had a private conversation, which we won't go on air with, but we had that conversation. They were fully aware of us having that conversation. So everything was thrown at us that night to make us leave and to stop talking about it.
They didn't want us there that night. So everybody else was fine. But they wanted us out, we want them out, wasn't it?
We got targeted, basically.
With names and everything, Dan and Viv out. And other people picking up and stuff like that when they were doing the Estes, which was quite odd in itself. And even one of them even came to us, one of the women that had gone and done the Estes in the bishop's room, and came down and said to us, yeah, they don't want you here. They told us to get you to.
We said, we know.
Go. So, yeah, we know that. We've worked that one out. So, and we know why.
We'll tell you privately off air. We'll tell you privately off air why we think what our thoughts were.
It was interesting.
Okay.
It was interesting.
Cool. Yeah, it's great.
But
I'd love to go back. It's a great place.
Oh, you will do. We'll sort when you and June come up, we'll sort it out. No problem.
We'll tell the spirits there not to pick on us, to pick on you instead, Ross. So you get full experience.
Maybe Ross could do season 3 in UK.
That'd be cool.
Do it naked, Ross.
We want the ghost to actually talk.
I hear Dan wanting to get naked.
Do you know what? I wouldn't wish anybody to see me naked.
I want to quickly touch on
worst enemy.
I want to quickly touch on Parasense, the Naked Experiment Part 2. That is going ahead, isn't it, Ross?
Yes. We have been filming. I am still always developing new experiments. In fact, I've been in touch with my team, and we're going to probably get out there in December as soon as I get back from my lecture tour and do some more filming. So we are working on it.
Naked in December when it's cold.
Well, we go inside places.
It's still cold.
Like you're out in the
field. Might be
like
in California, somewhere like that where it's nice and warm.
It's
there you go.
Give them socks to wear.
Sure.
We have socks.
So yes, we are working on some new experiments. We're working on trying to put it together. It's just it's hard when you got especially a scientist who has other jobs,
Yeah.
other commitments. Because he's a real thing. He's not just an actor playing one on TV. He's the real.
He's a genuine bona fide article.
He is
isn't
real.
Yeah.
I have met Chad, and the first thing I said to him was, "I saw you naked." And he just went, "Okay," and he walked away. He didn't know what to say to me. That was funny. Do you remember that, Ross?
Yes. No, it's been great. He's been a great ally to have on our team. I've actually been working with a couple other ones. One guy who's actually has been working on an AI camera.
Oh wow!
To actually be able to identify movements and stuff like that. So he actually is working on that he wants to put out in the field for us. So we got a few other fun projects that we're working on.
That's cool. Have you looked into those cameras? Now, I don't know about the credibility of them, but a lot of people are swearing by the authenticity of the stuff that it's picking up. The cameras that are used on the Tesla cars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen those
videos,
the motion sensors and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're said to be picking up apparitions and stuff.
People are driving them through cemeteries.
And they're picking up things that are people that aren't there and stuff. And I mean, I don't know whether there's any credibility to it. But it's an interesting avenue. I would have thought maybe if they were that good, then they would be kind of using them all the time. But I don't know.
Yeah, I would purchase a Tesla and take it into the house for investigations.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? How are you going to get it upstairs? That'd be cool.
I see Eric wanted to say something.
Oh, sorry, Eric.
You can buy one of those on Amazon for like $3,000.
Oh, wow.
What, a Tesla camera?
Yeah, Tesla camera.
Can you?
Down in a circle and does the whole room.
And it actually works without being outside of the car?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
$3,000 a lot of money.
Yeah, well,
Mr. Elon Musk, if you're watching, Mr. Elon Musk, if you're watching, Ross would like some sponsorship. Just send a camera. That'd be fine.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
If you send me a Tesla, I will sell it and buy something else.
What happened there?
Buy a house.
That's quite exciting, though. There is something in the pipeline for like a season 2, if you like. So
very exciting.
I'm personally looking forward to, after seeing the first one. Yeah. And I'll never forget watching that and watching Dan watching it. Like the mouth just opens up.
I know.
Really?
Well, it's unbelievable. It's amazing.
Ross,
it's an amazing project.
Like LiDAR on the first movie or the first special.
What? I missed the first part. Sorry.
They do something like LiDAR on the first special.
No.
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 That was Spectre.
The Spectre system. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was just thinking about LiDAR. I thought he had a big system set up for LiDAR and looking at the mapping of the room.
No, that is something that we are looking at in the future.
Okay.
We basically, like I said, the Spectre system, we're trying to get Chad to update that with some new sensors. He has taken some new sensors, which I can't say which ones they are, to one of our investigations, and he got some pretty amazing results with that.
Wow.
So he's excited to start talking about that research as well. So we got some new stuff coming. It's just, unfortunately, it's been a slow process with trying to get everybody together and trying to put it all together for the next one.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to it. However long it takes, it doesn't matter, because I know when it does come out, it will be groundbreaking again. So,
right.
Ross, I've got to personally say thank you for doing that and showing us that there are still good avenues for investigators to follow, and rather than get this obvious, do this, do that. This is actually groundbreaking, and it opens up a lot of avenues for the fellow paranormal investigator. And you never know, maybe we'll see Spectre for sale. a smaller version that we could use. You never know. It's coming.
We'd like to. I know Chad would like to. Unfortunately, the Spectre system that he built is not user friendly.
Yeah.
So that's the main problem with it right now. It's just like, you know, he's taking it apart to put the batteries in and stuff like that. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's one of those things that
will we see June on this new episode? Do you think somewhere helping?
Well, you definitely hear June in the first one. Yeah, she narrates the very beginning. And she talks about being touched by ghosts.
Yeah. I don't know. You never know. I might, help out here and there, but never naked.
That'd be cool.
I don't blame you, June.
No.
Especially not in December when it's cold.
What the heck?
I know. No.
Oh, I was going to say that cemetery that we were talking about where we got lost. It was in Bath, and it was Arnos Vale was the name of it.
Cemetery?
Oh, I don't know that. Is that where it was in Bath?
And it was, yes, it was not too far from the place that we stayed.
I've been to Bath a few times, but I'm not really that au fait with Bath.
No, it's definitely something you want to see, and I don't think a lot of people know of it because we researched a lot of places we were going to, and this was just a hidden surprise for us.
Yeah.
So if anybody gets a chance, there's like two cemeteries right next to each other, and there's this little one that's the one that was our goal because we could see it from our hotel window, and we said, "Oh, there's a cemetery right over there. We'll go check it out." And so we went over there, took some pictures, and we hung out just to waste some time. We were taking our sweet time. And then we decided, oh, there's a cemetery next door. Let's go check that out. And I was like, oh, my God, I wish we would have done that one first.
Yeah.
Because it was just, by the time, we even got maybe even halfway through, we don't even think we saw 10% of that cemetery. We got, I think we spent about an hour there, and we were due to head back. We had to be back at the hotel and check out and head out to our next spot. And we were just like, oh my God, we just wish we would have spent more time there because it was just amazing. We were just blown away. So if anybody gets a chance, what's the name of the cemetery again?
Arnos Vale, Arnos Vale.
There you go.
And
so if anybody gets a chance.
It was off of Bath Road.
Yeah, you get a chance, definitely check it out. It was amazing.
Guys, listen, we're running out of time. So I want June to promise she will come back and we will pick up this conversation where we've left off. And you, Ross, I know that you're busy doing your paranormal lectures tour at the moment. But when you get a spot, let us know and we'll get you both back because there's still lots more to chat about here, I think.
Yeah, we didn't even get to go through our whole trip. Now that June finally found the
agenda. June, can you bookmark your itinerary?
Okay.
And do a line under where we got to.
We'll do the PowerPoint presentation and make you all sit through slideshow.
A few photographs thrown in. That would be great. You need to come over here and speak at some of these conferences.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when I'm there.
Send me some invites. Maybe I can make it work. I just realized that all these years, one of my credit cards offers me a free travel buddy pass on airlines. And I never used it. I was just, June, you need to remind me.
Okay. Believe me.
You need to come back and soon, if possible. Just come back anyway, and then we'll worry about the Paracons later. But
Eric's over next year, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be good.
Yeah, and just let me know. Send me some dates, and if you can get me in, I can try and work it out. So.
And don't forget, I'm coming to stay on your sofa, and we are going to film our thing we spoke about earlier. June, me, and Ross.
Chasing the big hairy one. I'm not talking about June.
June, how'd you put up with it?
June, give him a slap from me next time you see him. Well, actually, not too hard because he cooks some really nice dinners. I've seen his cooking.
Yeah, I know.
The man
Amazing
can cook.
cooking.
Wow.
Yes, but I don't always have somebody to share it with. So,
well, we can sort that out. That's not a problem. Do you bake as well?
I'm out of crumpets too, just so you know.
Oh, right. Well, you better sort that out.
Well, private message me the address, and I can always get them shipped over to you. We'll have to do it so the sell by, the use by date doesn't run out. Yeah. That's the only thing.
Yes. No, I found mini crumpets. I found giant crumpets. I was just like, oh my God, this is great. I literally had a whole suitcase of just crumpets.
Did he?
You just want crumpets. What about your little bars, those milky bars?
Yeah, what were they?
Oh, the Milky Bars? I can't take those because they have to be refrigerated.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, those are amazing, and they taste like ding dongs to me. The old ding dongs before they had all the preservatives in them. Hostess makes ding dongs here in the States.
Ding dong means something else over here.
I'm sure it does.
Well, it's the same thing over here, but they actually have a snack called that too. So,
what ding dong?
Curly whirlies.
Yep.
Curly whirlies. Yes, I love my curly whirlies. Putting them in the freezer. Oh, they're so great.
I know I've had some this year. So,
crunchies and curly whirlies and crumpets. That's what it's about.
Yep. Crunchies.
Like I said, I literally took a suitcase home with all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
When I get over there, can we still get a ding dong when we go over there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to
I'll
try
be
one
more
of
than
these
happy to
ding-dongs.
help you find a ding dong.
You would as well.
That's a totally different show.
Okay.
Totally different show.
Right. Thank you very much, Ross, for coming on. I have put the website in the chat, guys, for a ghost.
Thank you, June.
If you want to contact June or Ross, head over to the website, and I think there's a contact page on there where you can message Ross or send a message for June, and I know that they will get back to you if time is permitting. But thank you both ever so much, and we are going to continue this conversation.
Ross, thanks, June. Really appreciate it. Really kind of you to come on and spend some time with us this evening. Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you, everyone in the chat. We can't do these shows without you, so thank you for putting up with us and all our nonsense. But I hope you learned something from Ross and June tonight.
Because you learn nothing from me and Viv.
No, you won't learn anything from us. And Eric's keeping it to himself.
He is. I know he is. He's quite a boy tonight, Eric. Don't worry, I'm going to turn him into